So this here is the outdoor version of the laboratory permeable paving rig. So it's essentially the same experiment, but it's a little bit more basic. So there's no transparent section, so you can't see what's inside it, but it's exactly the same as the one in the laboratory. And you can see at the top here, the blocks are the same as well, but they're as near as the surface is reasonable, so that the edge doesn't affect the rainfall profile coming to the rig. There's no moisture content probes in this one, and rather than the weighing scales we have a tank below the rig itself, which the outflow from the rig collects, and this pressure transducer at the base here records the change in depth inside the tank. As the rainfall event progresses, eventually the tank fills, and so there's a mechanism for emptying the tank, and obviously that quite often happens during or just after the rainfall event, so we have to be wary of that when we're analysing the data. The rig itself is outdoors, so rather than having the rainfall simulator, it's real rainfall, and it's in a relatively exposed site, so most of the rainfall reaching the rig will come from the west, which is directly behind the rig as I'm looking at it here. So I don't think those trees are going to impact on that profile too much. The rain gauge for the rig, however, is actually relatively close to the building, and those trees there, it's that white thing. So I expect that might affect the rainfall profile. The trees in the building might affect the rainfall profile, but hopefully not too substantially. So next to the rig, next to the permeable paving rig, we have these two green roof experiments, and the data from these two experiments and the permeable paving rig all go into the same data logger. So it's important that you just ignore the data from the green roof rig and focus on the permeable paving rig, because that's what the focus of your dissertation is. I don't think there's too much else to say just now. I think one issue with this rig in the past has been the water freezing inside the tank, causing the tank to crack and leak. So that's certainly affected things in the past. And freezing can also affect the transducer, damage it in fact. So normally if it's predicted to be very cold weather, the technician will remove the transducer. So this means in the winter time there will be data missing for several days or perhaps even weeks. But it's all part of the fun of doing experiments outside, I think. Okay, hopefully that helps.